One of the most common questions we get here at the Fab Lab is, what is CNC? Or what does a CNC machine do? And the best way to get your mind around this is to actually think of CNC not as a machine, but rather a process. The term or acronym CNC stands for Computer Numeric Controlled. And at its very essence, all that means is you're using a computer to input a bunch of data and information, and then to have that sent over to a robot to control the movement of a machine. Now, the machine can be anything from a traditional machine, such as a lathe or a milling machine, to something more innovative, like a 3D printer or a laser cutter. But at its core, the process is still the same. You are basically replacing what would be traditionally hand movements of a machine with an automated process. Now, the advantages to this are immense, from accuracy to repeatability to safety. Having a machine cut something rather than you getting your hands near a sharp object is obviously much safer. What I'm sitting on right now is called a CNC router. Now, for any of you that have ever used a router before, did any type of woodworking, you'll know this process quite well. A handheld router looks something very much like this, which is a heavy spindle that you move with your hands. You insert a router bit, which is like a drill bit almost, in this machine. You put it over your work surface, you push it down, you plunge it in, and then you move it around to cut through your material. Basically, a CNC router does the exact same thing, but instead of using your hands to move it around, this spindle gets mounted to a big boom arm back there, and then the machine moves it around for you in all the same types of movements that you would traditionally do with your hands. It's much safer, it's much quicker, it's far more accurate, and it can do a far better job of combining those movements together. So if you think about left to right, front to back, up and down movements, it can do it in any type of configuration, meaning it can spiral down, where you would have a much harder time controlling that with your hands. So that is the essence of CNC. What I'd like to show you next are some of those processes actually working.